is a prepaid debit call from
Christy.
an inmate at the Lackawanna County Jail. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, hang up or press 1. To prevent calls from this facility, press 9. Hello. This is a prepaid debit call from
Christy.
This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. If you are an attorney and do not want this call recorded, please hang up and call 570-963-6639, extension 4522, or extension 0 after business hours. Thank you for using Global Tel-Link.
Hello?
Hey, Shawn, how you doing, man?
Morning, buddy. Yeah, another day, I got a bunch of motions finally ruled on by the judge.
Did it go well?
Not really. I mean, it went well to the fact that, it just shows, it shows the conflicting answers that I've received from the judge and a lot of other people. But there's a lot of stuff. He's refusing to do anything about the U.S. Marshals on my case. So I guess I just have to go for a restraining order at this point against the U.S. Marshals. He's refusing to do anything about them. He's refusing to do anything about a lot of stuff. Refusing to do anything about the FBI. The FBI has this new line now where they told my family. It's funny because the FBI won't contact my lawyer. They won't contact me, but they told my family that, well, we went to the DOJ to try to pursue charges against some of the people that committed crimes against me. They said, well, we got shot down by the DOJ, which it's kind of a funny story because these are the same FBI agents that lied about me and charged me and watched other members of the FBI lie about me and do an illegal case against me. So it's kind of really a funny excuse that they made. But I also got an order from the BOP for an MRI, and I was supposed to get the MRI. I never got the MRI, and I was supposed to get it, so I put out information here to the medical at Lackawanna County Prison, and they refused to do it. So I sent a motion to the judge, and the judge took like 5 or 6 months to get back to it. And now they're refusing an MRI, and the judge actually said, well, there's no evidence that the BOP ordered an MRI, even though it's right in the psych report that was forwarded to the judge from the BOP that they ordered for me to have an MRI.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Oh, and I also got ruled that I'm not allowed a haircut, so going 5 months without a haircut and being treated like an animal, I guess, is
What is their reasoning for that? What could they possibly deny you a haircut for?
I think it's just this judge here, Mariani, dude, I mean, it's a long story, unfortunately. It would take me like 2 or 3 hours just to even try to, outline all the facts on a phone call, but he protects Pennsylvania and he interested Pennsylvania. And I've called his family members protecting stuff. So, I mean, like I said, they don't want to give us haircuts. I mean, I can't even hardly get a razor. I haven't had a razor in 2 weeks now. I get one razor every 2 weeks if I'm lucky. A single blade pick. And they're just not doing anything. But back to the MRI, it's funny because the reason I needed the MRI was I've had 2 major head injuries. I had a head injury when the ex-mayor of Matthew, Stevie Hawley, slammed my head against a car hood. Centric a black Dodge Charger, an undercover United States Marshal Service vehicle. It was on scene in 2017. And I had another injury down in Austin, Texas, and I was arrested in, I believe, February. 12th to 13th, I believe, 2018. I was arrested by the United States Marshal Service Fugitive Task Force from Southern District of Texas in Austin. And I actually got arrested, right, I think it was 2nd Street, so right behind the Austin Public Library. Well, what had happened was we had found out, my family had found out, and I already knew that there was marshals from the Middle District of Pennsylvania that actually went down there. And one of the marshals was Andrew Watkins. Another marshal was Timothy Budson. He's a Pennsylvania State Parole officer. He's on the fugitive task force with the marshals. And he has a history when he was a corrections officer of assaulting inmates. One guy, I believe, he might have kicked him in the head. I'm not sure exactly. I don't have the paperwork in front of me. Well, this gentleman, if that's even the right word, came out, and when they arrested me and they put me on the ground, he actually came and kicked my head when my head was on the curb. And I kind of blacked out for a second, so I don't remember exactly what happened. But there was another officer down there from the Department of Homeland Security. I don't know the officer's name, but he took a video of the entire incident. This officer from the Department of Homeland Security requested that the Austin Police Department speak with me about it because I went to Travis County Jail. I was all banged up. They saw it was a problem, medical. The DHS guy, I didn't even speak to anybody about it. The DHS guy had the Austin PD come and take a report, and I believe it was Detective Riley from Austin PD. I believe he took photos, he took a recorded statement from me. Well, nobody ever did anything after that. I mean, DHS did what they needed to do. Nobody else ever did anything. So I started having problems. I've had problems ever since. I've had problems with memory, problems with recognition.
Hey, Shawn, I got to make sure I'm clear on what you just said because it was kind of shocking. You're saying that you're laying on the ground, and were you in handcuffs at the time?
I do not remember if I was or if I wasn't. What had happened was two vehicles came out. I believe it was Bugsy that came out of one vehicle, and I started walking around the corner, and I was greeted by a bunch of people, and they hit me with a taser. Taser didn't do nothing to me. I had two jackets on at the time as well, so I don't know if I remember if I swiped or what happened. One of the bombs eventually came out. The taser didn't do nothing. So I do remember having about 3 guys on each side of me, and they put me to the ground. And at some point, the guy learns that I either got kicked or kneed in the head, and the side of my head actually went to the curb. And in the booking photo, you can actually see in the booking photo of Travis County Jail, which nobody has given me, even though I've requested it, you can see that my face is all bruised up. There's a huge contusion on the side of my face.
Wow.
My face and my head.
Wow.
So
and you've never seen the video, but you know there is a video, but you've never seen it?
Yeah, I know there's a video because the Department of Homeland Security guy, he was actually taking a video with his cell phone. And like I said, he was the same gentleman that, I don't know his name, but he actually was the one who requested the Austin Police Department talk to me. I didn't even request anybody to speak with, but he actually requested that they talk to me about it. So it was pretty bad. I still have issues. I still have dizziness, and I have a bunch of other issues with head injuries. So by the time I got to the BOP for my second bout, I brought up to the doctor there about what was happening, and they ordered done an MRI, but now it just seems like, we got to the point now that all we want to do is protect the judge. The judges want to protect the United States Marshal Service. And my question is, I had a U.S. Marshal from the Middle District of Pennsylvania come down to Texas, okay? This was a misdemeanor 1 that they arrested me on. I got arrested for terroristic threats 1 and M1, a misdemeanor in the state of Pennsylvania.
Wow.
1, it was a bench warrant for failure to appear. In Texas, this is not a big crime. This is not a major case. They sent multiple marshals from my district, the Middle District of Pennsylvania, down to your district, the 7th District of Texas.
Wow.
And one of those marshals assaults me, and nothing's done about it. So that's pretty much in a nutshell why I'm not getting any relief from the judge at this point, because he's trying to protect him. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a shame because some cops do a good job, but other cops don't. So, yeah, but like I said, just waiting for sentencing next week. Today's kind of an interesting day. Today's actually the 26th, and a lot of people don't remember, but this is the day that actually Sarah Palin in Alaska resigned out of office. There was kind of no reason given. It was her last day in office, so I kind of remember it because I was dealing with a lot of stuff back then that dealt with Alaska and Secret Service and the Pennsylvania State Police and a whole bunch of other nonsense, U.S. Capitol Police, FBI, but Yeah, like I said, we'll see what happens next week. Like I said, just at this point, I might just have to sue this judge because there is case law and the statute law. You can sue a federal judge if he acts that blind. So I might just have to sue him, and I might just have to ask for a restraining order against the U.S. Marshals at this point because nobody's doing their job. So it's really sad, but we'll see what happens.
Hey, when is your sentencing? Is it do you have a set date that I should remember?
Yeah, July 30th, which is Thursday, and it is at 2:30.
Well, today's Sunday, right? So you're saying your sentencing is on Thursday? Okay.
Yeah, 2:30. So today's 26. Down on my calendar for me. 26, Monday 27, Tuesday 28, Wednesday 20. Yeah, 30th.
Thursday. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Thursday you're going to be sentenced, and you've already got a pre-sentence report. They've already shown you one.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to say too much about that on the phone, but like I said, I can knock off pretty much 75% of my time from the discrepancies in the pre-sentence report. It's funny when Dakota Meyer testified, and I mean, obviously, it was a work of fiction that he testified against me with. There was some unique statements on his part, but one of the things that was interesting was Dakota Meyer testified that he had not known the location of the weapon for 3 months prior to any of this happening. He also testified that it was a bolt action and not a semi-automatic weapon. Well, we turn around. In my pre-sentence report, they turn around and say, I took the weapon, even though the owner of it said I didn't. And they're saying that it was an AR-style weapon, even though the owner of it said I didn't. So that's just one of the many false truths and statements that they have in their I don't even want to go into all of them. I would rather bring it up in front of the judge. But I'm not playing my hand too much. But there's a lot of problems with the pre-sentence report. And like I said, they hit me with a sentencing enhancement for vehicles that I was found not guilty of taking. They hit me with having 4 firearms and commission of a crime when the Ohio State cop said that he couldn't even, that it was not the same gun pretty much. It was in evidence that I allegedly had on me. So there's so many loopholes that hopefully I can get some traction with it. So we'll see what happens with it.
Is it the same judge? You said Mary Ann. What's the judge's name that's going to be sentencing you?
Mary Annie, yeah.
Mary Annie. Okay, that's a unique name.
Yeah, it's a very Italian name, but we have a lot of very Italian people up here. And I'm glad that my family's more of Russian and Polish descent than Italian descent. I've got some good Italian friends, but the Italians are scumbags. Got a lot of mobsters in this area, and usually it's funny because my mother said this to you, but Mariani's a relative of his, Reggie Mariani, was on a secret prison board. He actually had a secret board where all the medical contracts could only be reviewed by certain people in government, and it made the news. Well, one of the people that was in charge of that was Reggie Mariani, and all the problems we've had over a decade with the medical care here was overseen partly by this county, it was a county commissioner or something, Mariani. So it was actually relative to the judge. So you can see why the judge is not doing anything for me, because his relative has his hand in the same cookie jar and is trying to protect the same interest that the judge is protecting. So that's what I run up with here. Just like the problem I have with the U.S. Marshals in this district is they just, everybody goes back to somebody and nobody's doing nothing. And you just get different people. I mean, the Marshals are trying to protect the Marshals, the judge is trying to protect his interest. And at the end, I'm going to get screwed, which is kind of sad. But I mean, not all the fight has been taken from me. So we'll see what happens with it.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you, Shawn. Is your family going to be able to testify at your sentencing? And one other question: usually at a sentencing, they have statements from the victim. Who in the world is the victim in your case?
Well, this is what's interesting. I could go grab I'm looking at my table, the pre-sentence report, and my stack of paperwork on it. It's ramen noodles. The ramen noodle supply has been messed up lately. And a little bit of coffee in my ID band I'm looking at. But, yeah, actually for victims, my family will be able to testify, or so we'll see what happens with that, family and friends. Now,
You have 60 seconds remaining.
And 60 seconds. Like I said, there's a bunch of victims. So Dakota Myers won, a couple of the company owners, some other people. So, hey, I'm looking forward. Hopefully people have something to come and say, because I'd like to hear what they have to say. But, hey, anyway, man, so 60 seconds. So,
all right. Well, we'll pray for you. It goes well for you, Shawn, and pray that you get as least amount of time as possible.
yeah, we'll see what happens. I already did too much. So hopefully the social changes to keep continuing.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I mean, I don't want to encourage anybody, but I wouldn't mind seeing people burn up these federal courthouses down. And I probably said too much with that, but I don't like them too much. So, hey, God bless you, buddy, and I'll let you know what happens.
All right. God bless you, Shawn. We're praying for you, brother.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.